news coming in. This hour, the Supreme Court has given a green signal to commission the Kudankulam Nuclear Power Plant. The Supreme Court has observed that Kudankulam plant has been set up for the welfare and sustainable growth of the people of India. This will, of course, come as a huge boost for the government of India. The Supreme Court had earlier reserved its verdict in the matter on the 6th of December. The judgment comes close in the heels of the detection of 4 faulty valves in the first reactor unit of the plant, which were later replaced. In fact, some Russian officials were also arrested recently over alleged corruption in sourcing substandard material. All that is, of course, now history. The Supreme Court saying that the plant can now be commissioned. Let's get a word from Meenakshi Mahadevan, who is joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Meenakshi, a major boost for the government, but the state government, remember, has been pushing for safety measures after the nuclear disaster in Japan.
Well, that's right, Simi. This is definitely a boost for the state government. It has, in fact, over the last couple of years when the protests have been escalating, in fact, especially the last year when the protests scaled up to a maximum level where villagers came together to even lay siege to the plant, the government putting its foot down and clearly stating that the plant is safe and that it would definitely ensure that the plant goes ahead. But these protesters not giving in, and they had even gone as far as approaching the Supreme Court. And now what the Supreme Court has said today is that this plant is in fact going to be good for the growth of the people around, and it is going to ensure sustainable growth of the people. So definitely a boost for the government and a setback for the protesters.
Right, and Ashok Bagria is getting us that breaking news from the Supreme Court. Ashok, the petitioners had argued that at least 11 of the 17 additional safety measures proposed by the government's task force need to be implemented. The court saying that the plant can actually go ahead and start producing energy?
Well, actually, yes, in a sense, the Supreme Court has given the green signal to the commissioning of the Kudankulam Nuclear Power Plant, which is being set up with collaboration with Russia. In fact, it had run into some sort of trouble last year when anti-nuclear activists had started protesting at the site of the plant. Then subsequently, there were a bunch of PILs filed in the Supreme Court, which said that there should be a stay on commissioning of the plant on 2 grounds. Number one, they said that the safety aspect has not been taken care. And secondly, they have said that there could be a huge environmental impact by the setting up of this plant. But today, the Supreme Court has come to a conclusion that both these aspects, safety and environmental aspects, have been taken care of. They have said that this plant has been set up for the welfare of the people of India and sustainable growth. The court has also, in its judgment, said that they have struck a balance between larger public interest, economic development, and the right to life and property. But besides that, there is a word of caution for the government of India and the NPCIL, which is setting up the plant. The court has said that we are cautioning that the government of India and NPCIL should find a place to store the nuclear waste, as it could have a large-term impact on the health of the people. Besides that, they have also said that additional safety measures which have to be put in place have to be put out by NPCIL and government of India in a phased manner.
Right, Ashok, so the Supreme Court saying those safety measures need to be put out but in a phased manner, but in the meantime, the plant can start operations.
Yes, definitely. In fact, last week a statement was made in the Rajya Sabha that the plant could be commissioned sometime in the month of May. And I think possibly people were waiting for a judgment from the Supreme Court before they could commission the plant. And now with the Supreme Court's green signal, we could very well see that the Kudankulam Nuclear Power Plant could be commissioned.
Right, and Ashok, as far as this story is concerned, there are political ramifications as well. Initially, Jayalalitha had agreed the Kudankulam movement and later did a U-turn after 2 committees gave it a nod.
Well, yes, in fact, the court in its judgment has made reference to the stand of the government of Tamil Nadu as well as anti-nuclear activists who have been protesting at the Kudankulam Nuclear Power Plant site. But the court said that when we went through all the expert committee reports on the aspect of safety and environmental clearances, we see that everything has been taken care of. The radiation levels are at acceptable levels. There would be no damage to marine life, or there would be no generation of extra heat which could cause damage to the life of the people. So these are the findings of the Supreme Court. Supreme Court coming to a unanimous conclusion. There was a bench of 2 judges, Judges Radhakrishnan as well as Deepak Mishra, who have come to conclusion saying that this plant has been set up for the welfare of the people, as well as that safety and environmental measures and clearances have been taken, and both of them are in place.